Hello, everybody. Welcome to or back to my channel, whichever happens to be the case. I am Erica or Ricky Mickey Plans, and I'm here to plan another week because the weeks keep coming. So we keep planning. This is, if you don't know why you're here, a classic size Happy Planner. It is vertically aligned. Happy Planner uses these discs. Lots of other planners use discs too, but yeah, I love the disc system. This is my little divider to tell me of the week. This I will use in a little bit. And then these pop off easily because we like our pages to lay nice and flat when we are planning and decorating. It's just fun. All right, and I am going to plan using some stickers I had forgotten I had. This is the Seasons of Color book. I used it a lot for winter. I used it some for fall. I used it a little for summer last year, but I don't think I've touched spring very much. So yeah, it's summer. I know it's summer. But the thing about this book is a lot of the seasons, like it's grouped by seasons, but the stickers can like mix and match and work. So I can pull from the summer a bit and make it work. But what I was drawn to was this sticker right here. Let love grow. I thought, okay, I need to use that. It's really pretty. And see, they've got this orangey red summery color with it. So, I mean, they mix and match. It's all good. It's all fine. So I'm going to use this as sort of my focus sticker of the week, if you will. Just jump right onto the page. It says, yes, I want to go there, but I wanted it to go over a little bit. So I'm just going to plunk him down right here, almost where he tried to fall, but not exactly where he tried to fall. And there you go. All right. I like it. I like it a lot. And so now I'm going to take some other purples and just kind of see what I can do with them. A lot of them have quotes. I might use some of them, but I will definitely use this guy here. It very much goes with those. And I think I'm going to be incredibly predictable here and use him down in this corner here. I want to have a little more room. I don't want to go like this because it takes up like a third of Sunday. So if I pull him a little more this way, I'll still have some room to write there on Sunday. And obviously there's some room left on Saturday to write still. So I only lose a little bit of the sticker that way. All right. This one will definitely get used. It's that same sort of floral family. Won't use the one that says spring. I could use beauty is all around. It is gigantic, so I probably won't, but I could. It is a huge sticker. I mean, I could put it right here. Should I? No, that's way too big. Way too big. It's not too big to use somewhere, but it's way too big to use like right there. And this one will probably do nicely. So I need room for habit trackers over here. So I don't want to use something huge over here. You know what? I should save this, do my habit trackers, and then plug in the florals in this, sidebar in a little bit. I'm going to save that. So that means I need to put this aside and I need to remember this guy. All right. So I'm kind of getting away from what I usually do. I usually do a big splash of decorating before I get to functional. I've done a minor splash of decorating before I start my functional. So it's close. My functional uses Post-it notes, as you can see here, and it also uses icons. This will take care of 80% at least of my planning. So that works for me. So I want to start with the habit trackers today. I never do. I always start with the Post-its, but I want to start with the habit trackers because I want to know if I have room for more decoration over here. Weird? Maybe, but it's what I want to do. So here's what I'm doing. I'm going to jump way to the back of my pile of icons and go to my habit trackers. And if you've been on to my channel before, you know this. I don't love the look of a white sticker that's functional, that's large. I don't mind it for small icons, but I don't like it for large things. I just feel like it gets lost. So I'm going to take some washi tape that is in the same color family as these stickers, and I'm just going to back my habit trackers on the washi tape. Well, here, I'm going to put this down first. That'll be so much easier than what I'm trying to do. So I will put my washi tape down. I'm assuming that's straight. I don't know. And then I'll put my habit tracker on. And I like the look. Yeah, I like the look. And I will do that for a second habit tracker. I have been failing at keeping track of my habits. Actually, no, that's not true. I haven't been failing at keeping track of my habits. I've been failing at doing my habits, at being habitual about my habits. I have not been good about these this summer. I keep putting them in, thinking I'm going to do them, and then I do not do them. I guess I'm still putting them in the hopes that maybe I will get my butt into gear, although I'm almost out of time. I think I have 2 or 3 weeks of summer left. Summer break, that is. I know some of the season keeps going, but as a public school teacher, summer break is almost gone. All right, so these are the 3 habits that I would like to not only keep track of, but to be habitual about. And the habit tracker is supposed to kind of be the impetus to make me want to do it, but it hasn't been working lately. And so that tells me how much space I have to decorate with. So now I can pull this guy back in and I can put him on here, right? Yeah. And go over it a little. I think I'm just going to go. Should I go over the washi? Okay. I am being silly. So I'm just going to plunk this down here. And I'm not usually one to go ahead and cut my stickers off because I don't want to commit yet. But this is a large amount hanging off of here. And it's just going to get in the way. And then I do have this big old guy here. And so what I'm thinking of doing is cutting him in half and using half of him on one side and half of him on the other. And just kind of letting that be what's left. But how to make that work? These here are throwing me a little, I guess. I don't know why, but they are. Mostly because I feel like they should point down, but if I use half of it over here, they won't point down. You know what I mean? So what if I just go like this? I'm going to cheat to the left page a little, just because that comes over so far already. And I'm just going to go. I am overthinking this. Just put the sticker down already, Erica. Like that. Just put the sticker down. Big splash of decoration. Done. Then functional. So now I can go to functional. So my first Post-it is for trash night. So I will take a trash night icon and put him here because I need to put the trash out. For trash night, that also means clean out the litter. That doesn't mean I don't clean out the litter on other days. It just means I must clean out the litter on this day. Like, no choice about it, Mama. Clean out the litter or the cat will not be happy. And for our family, it also means shot night for a family member who has to take a shot once a week. Now, you're probably saying, Erica, you said you don't like white stickers on a white paper. I don't mind it for little icons. For little icons, I like the look, so it's fine. Next, I don't have these in order of these. I'm going to go in this order. Next, I have these little televisions, which are for my daughter's work schedule, which I do not know yet. So what I'm going to do is just take this little piece of it used to be it used to have stickers on it from a sticker book. And when I finished the sticker book, I just tore the page out, cut it up into this little chunk and punched it out. And now I'm going to put these in here. She works at the local PBS station, hence the televisions. And I'm going to, since I don't know her work schedule, I'm going to leave this in the planner. And when I do know it, I can plug it in because the stickers are right there handy. I don't have to come up to my craft room, find them, and, because that's not convenient, right? So I'm just going to keep those right there. Now, these little syringes, on the other hand, are for my son's work schedule. And his, I do know because he works every day. And if he works every day, honestly, do I have to put it in here? Absolutely not. I do not. However, my daughter, whose work schedule fluctuates, I put hers in. And if I'm going to put hers in, I should probably put his in because I don't want to be accused of favoritism or anything like that. And so I'm going to go ahead and put his in as well. My kids are both adults, but I like to keep track of their stuff just for my knowledge, not because I'm controlling them and telling them they have to be somewhere. That's their business now. They're adults. This is just for me to know what's happening in my household because my adult children do live at home right now. So this is for choir practice, but we don't have it this week. We're on a summer break. These I am using for my son's soccer games. He does a pickup soccer game on Thursday nights, and he does a community soccer league on, did I say Thursday? Tuesday, on Thursday nights. And he's the coach of the local high school soccer team. So I made some fancy little soccer balls for those practices. So I wanted to have them too. So I'm going to put those right here because basically he comes home from work, changes into soccer clothes, and goes to his high school practice. So I will go ahead and put those here. And I believe he only has those for 4 days that week, next week. So those are a slightly different size than these. These are like his soccer, and these are like team soccer. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Makes sense to me. I'm always torn about these. These and these are my two choices for game nights. These are 20-sided die, and these are the sign for D&D because our game night is like role-playing games. And I'm torn. I bought these a long time ago from Jalen Paper Co., and I like them, but all my other icons are black, except for these. And so I'm afraid they don't look right. I'm afraid it doesn't look right to use. You know what I mean? But I think I'm going to use them today because I have a lot of purple ones on here. So I think I'm going to. And I guess I'll use both the warm purples because why not, right? So my husband will have a game night online on Thursday. And my husband and I and some friends, will hopefully have a game night in person on Friday night. That's when we usually do. Now, these things. I know I have some things I need to mark this week for pets. I was thinking there was a vet appointment this week, but I don't see that on my Google Calendar. Yes, I do keep a Google Calendar in addition to my paper calendar. I do that because I can use the Google Calendar for like long range planning, such as, if like 3 weeks ago I made a vet appointment, and then I can use this for like just checking in with myself at the beginning of each week so that I know what I've got going on. And one thing we have going on, and this is going to be going on for a few weeks in a row, is my dog is going to school. Um, I have a dog. I'll put her picture up here if I think about it. Um, she's cute as can be, and she can be sweet as can be, but she can also be a lot. And my husband is really great at dog training. Honestly, I'm okay, but he's really good at it. But even he's having trouble with her. She's just, it's too much. So we have decided to bite the bullet and spend the money and get her some training. She's just, it's too much for us. This is my daughter's musical practice, by the way. And so, yeah, that's what that is. So that will be on there for a few weeks in a row because she's going to be going for a while. All right, that is all the icons. Did I get all the Post-its? Yes, yes. Not happening. Yes, 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 and yes. All right. So now I can take all these Post-its and I can move them to next week. And then these all go in my planner for next week, which is off to the side over here. Okay. That's all the icons. And that's almost all, that's all the Post-its, and that's almost all the icons. This is the one that's left. And what this is my to-do list. So I have a tiered to-do list that I've been using. I have must do. This was going to be need to do. It's must do right now, but it's supposed to be need to do. Need to do, ought to do, want to do. It's supposed to spell now. Okay. I made my ought to do and want to do. These are things like if I'm bored and sitting around, I probably should be doing one of these. And these are like, hey, if I want some me time, what are the things that I really would like to spend time on instead of just sitting and scrolling on my phone, right? And then this is the list of things that I must get done, need to. So these two I made in a very neutral palette. And this one I make individual to the week every week, and I make it go along with the spread. So I will take this guy here, and the first thing I'm going to do is cut him down. This is I don't think you'd call it a half sheet, probably a third of a sheet. Well, I guess I divided my to-do list in threes, so of course it's a third of a sheet. So it's a third of a sheet. I get mine from Levenger. However, you could just use a regular piece of, notebook paper and just cut it to be a third, right? Like it doesn't need to be already a third of a page. Does that make sense? And so then what I'm going to do is take some washi that matches my spread and put it here. Try to get it relatively straight. Wrap him around the back side. I used to do this with the edges of every page of the planner. So now to only do it with this I'm really cutting down. I also used to have so much washi, and I just this week cut my washi by a third. There were like washis that I just kept looking past and not using. And so I cut them. They're gone. I know. Crazy, right? I'm just going to take them to school and let kids use them or whatever. So now I will take this that says need to do, and I will put it right here. And this is now going to be my to-do list. I really should cut this. This is sticking everywhere. This is my to-do list for the week. So need to do, ought to do, want to do. And these two pages don't really change, which is why I made them neutral so that I can move them from week to week. Whereas this one is individual to the week. Are you getting me? Are you getting me? Is it making sense? I think it is. I hope it is. That's all I've got. All right, this is bugging me, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. All right, that feels better. Now I can move. They were just the two pages stuck together like that. I didn't have any room to function. And while I'm at it, I might as well cut these off too. All right. So now what I have is this. This was the thing I was going to use the other half of on here, but I don't know that I will now. So what I'm going, or maybe, can I get creative here? What if I do that? Can I use the other half of this? So I'll put you right here. That kind of works. That is not necessary. I don't love that. Okay. So that is a hole. Do I want a big flower in the hole? That looks a little weird. Let's see what else there is to use in the book. Stick with me a second. I'm having thoughts. I think this one. I think I'm going to get rid of the spring is in the air. I probably would never use that sticker anyway. And I'm just going to go like this. You see? And I'll just cut that off. And then I'll just have the florals. Boop. That was a violent cut. Yeah, see, that works. And you never know that it came from something that had a quote on it. I like it. All right, next. I need to add a little more color. And I'm going to do that with some highlighters. Highlighter is an awesome way to add color to your page. I could just write on the page that my dog is going to school, but I could also highlight it and then write on it. So I'll just write Mavis and training. And then I guess I should write the time, right? No, the time's going to be the same every day. That's going to be pretty consistent. I don't need to write that. I just need to write that Mavis is in training on these days. All day. It's a lot of training, girl. A lot of training. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my son's work schedule. All I need to do is put his name and the word work because he also will be pretty much the same time every day. So that's pretty simple. As far as his high school soccer, again, I think I'll do 2 lines of text for that just so that I can write high school practice and the time just to differentiate from his other soccer stuff. Speaking of his other soccer stuff, let's go ahead and get that in here. So this is his pickup game, and this is his community league game. Question. Do you need me to wear sleeves in videos? Because I am wearing these sleeves, and I am sweating like crazy because I can't have the ceiling fan on because you can hear it in the video. I'm going to take this off. And I would like you to tell me if it matters to you. Like, does seeing naked baked arms bug you? I feel the need all the time to wear sleeves in these videos. I feel the need, but man, I am sweating like crazy. I do not want to be wearing sleeves right now. Sorry. So let me know. Let me know if that bugs you and if I should, find a way to, put a fan way on the other side of the room that maybe you can't hear or something like that. But otherwise, yeah, I can't wear sleeves all the time. All right. And let's see, this is looking okay. It's got tons of color, but it still looks off. It looks off. Am I right? What does it need? Does it need some big florals? I had some big florals. I had some small florals. That's really all there is in this book is florals. There's nothing else. So, if I don't use florals, there's not much going on. Do I need some larger stickers here? Or is that just too much? Is that clutter? It just feels so heavy here and so light here. I think I need to add some weight to the top and the right side. Does that make sense? It just doesn't feel weighty enough. I was not going to do a whole floral border. That was not in my plan here. but I may do it. Let's see. Let's see. I don't even know if I have enough to do a whole floral border. I mean, I guess if I mix, I can try cutting this up, but I really like that sticker. But am I ever going to use this? It is gigantic. I'm never going to use this. So I could use this for creating a whole floral border. All right, let's do something here. So let's take some flowers here. Are you kind of following what I'm doing, or are you like, what in the world is she up to here? I'm just never going to use that giant sticker. It's quite clear I'm not going to. So then I can take a little more and come like that. I only get a little bits and pieces here out of this big sticker, but I have bits and pieces I didn't have before, so, and I wouldn't have otherwise. Okay, okay. And then I can put a big chunk of them right here. Okay. I can still get a teeny bit more out of this. But let's do some big ones now too and see if we even need those. So I'm going to put this to the side and I'm going to pull a few larger ones out now. So let's put a bigger guy here. And then I know we saw some. That's a bigger guy. That's of the right colors. We just had them. We just had them. Did I put them off to the side? Oh, there they are. All right. I need like a bold chunk of purple up here. And then let's do this here. Okay. This is working. This is working. Now we're cooking. We're cooking with grease. And then I can take you like, it's still a little weird. Like now this is almost lighter than this. All right. I think I'm going to lift this. I feel like I have all the bold colors here and all the kind of little ones down here. And so I need to flip that a bit. And so I'm going to use something bold down here now. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good thing. I need to spread the bold love a bit. And so then let's do that here too. Let's lift this up. I still might use it. But then let's steal some of this sticker. It's got some of the bold here. And come down here with it. Right? You see what I'm saying? We'll go like that. Okay. That's a little better. This looks a little too perfect here. So I'm not sure I want that. Let's see if we can use something else. So at this point, it's just kind of playing around with what I have, the stickers that I have, and plugging them into the spaces that I have. Like there's no science to this. There's probably design theory to this, but I am not privy to design theory. So to me, it's just plunking. I would like to know more about design theory, but I don't. So if anybody can tell me a good way to do what I'm doing, a better way to do what I'm doing, I'm just trying to kind of balance a little bit, right? Is that enough? It looks better. It looks better than it did before. Sorry, I might have been going off the screen just now. Sorry if I was. It looks better. It's better. This still looks a little plain right here. So there's nothing at all touching this one box. So I wonder if there's a quote in here. Warm Monday last summer. Or no, sorry. I read that wrong. Less Monday, more summer. Oh my goodness. That was a misread. Oh, look, those are the perfect color too. And I don't really have this red in here, so I'm not gonna use it. Okay. Um, Believe in the good. I could use that and put that here. Just cut that out because again, that sticker is too big. I'm never going to use it. Cherish every moment. I like that one. I like that one. And I'll tell you why. I am lucky. I was a empty nester for 2 years. And I was okay with being an empty nester. It was all right. I wasn't fighting it. Um, it was that time. Like my kids needed to move out, right? They needed to be in college. So I was all good. Um, and then my son graduated and moved back home for a little bit. And then my daughter decided to save some money and she moved out of the dorm and moved home for a little bit. And so I am getting a second chance with my children home. The ones that I thought were gone, like I'd already kind of done that empty nest. I don't want to say mourning because you're not sad, but it's a different kind of sad. It is something. And so I'd already done that. And now I get a second chance with them. And so I do want to cherish these moments with them. And I find myself sometimes not doing so. I find myself just pulling up in my space and letting them, is that right? The right word? Just crawling up into my space and letting them crawl into their space and not really being together. And that's okay. Everybody needs downtime away, but I want to make sure that I'm more intentional, like I was when they were little, about having some good moments together. And so I want to remember to cherish every moment. This looks a little plain now that I cut the flowers off of it, I must admit. Not sure I love it. Is there a way to save it? Where were those other two? There were those other two. These two. I can cannibalize these. These can cut off pretty easily. So I'm going to cut these off. And I'm going to stick them with that sticker. It was just a little too big the way it was designed. But it does need something. The designers are right about that. So this, if I take the green off, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm just trying to get this to lay away. I like it. I almost feel like cutting these apart and making cherish every moment sit across here. But I don't know that I can get that to look right. Should I try it? Okay. Okay. I may regret this. I may regret this. And if I regret this, maybe I'll have to write cherish every moment by hand. I may have to do that. All right, so here's cherish. And now every is the one that I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to cut out quite, right? Because of the dippy down Y. Dippy down. That was very official, was it not? What is the word for when letters dip down? Is there a word for that? I feel like I should know that as a teacher, but I do not. I do not. All right, so here's every. Here is cherish. And now I'm going to cut off some of the schmutz here that I left behind. And here's moment. What do we think? Is that worth the trouble? I don't know if it was worth the trouble, but I do like it better. I like it better. And I said I was saving this now, but I'm not. I have decided I'm not saving that space for Sunday. I'm saving it for this. And so then I will take one more. I've got all these little pieces of paper here, sticker here. And now they're sticking to my finger, so I can't get rid of them. I'm going to take this little guy here and do the same thing on the other side. And now I have a sticker that says, if I can save it, because it just fell down. And now I have a sticker that says less Monday, more summer, which is a perfectly fine sticker. Nothing wrong with that, except it doesn't have roses with it. I'm just going to cut off these little pointy bits. I have that, but now I also have flowers that I like with this little quote. Oh, yes, I like it a lot. And then now I'm going to lift the backing off of here so that I can put this back in here. If you lift the backing, you don't have to be so particular about where you put it back. When you put it back in the book, it's much easier. Then you just throw that guy away. All right. Am I finished? Am I finished? I don't know. I'm finished enough. So anything else I do from here on out, I'm just going to do for fun. So I think you've seen all you need to see. So thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, give me a thumbs up. Even better, a subscribe. I reached 700 subscribers and I cannot believe it. I know there are people with like 90,000 subscribers. I'm not one of them. I'm probably not going to be one of them. And I'm okay with that. But the 700 thing, that was pretty cool, actually. I was pretty excited about it. So yeah. Yeah. And so well, I guess what I'm saying is I wouldn't fight having a few more. That wouldn't bother me a bit. Wouldn't bother me at all. But yeah. So anyway, so subscribe would be cool. So if you wouldn't mind, that would be, if you haven't yet, that would be awesome. But I hope you have a great week. I hope you're having a great summer. And I need you to stay safe, stay healthy, and have happy planning. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.